All right, this is for the real news and the real news event on Tuesday. In the event that I don't make it, I want my voice to be heard. I'm a prisoner's right advocate. I speak up for prisoners and inmates incarcerated, illegally incarcerated. You feel me? Now, Mayor Mosby sat here the other day and claimed that she was fighting for these men. Mosby ain't fighting for these men because you got Keith Davis locked up now and you doing the same thing to Keith Davis that they did to these men 20 years ago. These men been fighting for their freedom when they first went to jail. You see what I'm saying? And it ain't just him. You talking about Alton Logan. You talking about Benny Starks. You talking about Juan Rivera. You talking about a host of individuals that are incarcerated just for being black in America. And I broke you down and I told you about yourself. This about mass incarceration in the prison industry. Zero tolerance, stop and frisk. Governor O'Malley's mom machine and the creation of the mom machine. Marilyn Mosby, Nick Mosby, Brandon Scott, Bill Henry. You feel me? Lieutenant Governor Brown. You got black faces carrying out a white agenda of Jim Crow justice. Kiefer Mitchell. So I don't want no misunderstandings when I say what I say. Because I use social media very well. When I started this was on YouTube. That's City Hall when I came down there exposing the police at City Hall. These videos was here for the public to see. You feel me? You can look at each one of these. That's about the war on drugs. And this one right here is about the prison industry and accessing the court and the grand jury. Now you can go straight to Jane Miller right now. Talk to Jane Miller. Get this information because the I-team ain't going to report this. Go to Stephen Janis. He's with the Real Sun. All right? He's with the real news. We're going to talk about the real news. Media relationships. This is the case we're going to talk about. This case, and this is the case where the police put guns to my head. Y'all can get this. It's all public record. It's the art of getting money in your prison industry. You feel me? It's the art of getting money. And if you held those two men in jail for 25 years at $40,000 a year, how much money did you make off of these men? We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and we the cash crop. It's the art of getting money. Y'all went after Mayor Pugh? You need to go after Mayor Stephanie Rawlings-Blake. You need to go after O'Malley because he created this. Mayor Pugh. All of y'all tied to the prison industry. And all I want is an audit. See the date? I've been following y'all for a long time. That's my store on Falls Road. You feel me? That's my store. Y'all made me famous for toilets. You use the media to do it. But let's talk about Senator Kelly and the money Senator Kelly been putting in the prison industry. Let's talk about ALEC and the 13th Amendment. Let's talk about Insurance Incorporated. Let's talk about the investments that you have in the prison industry in Maryland. You feel me? Let's talk about the investment that they got in the media, how the media portrays black people in America. You can go directly to the Baltimore Sun, Diana Sugg. She has my information. Carrie Wells. And you go to the Board of Elections because we're going to start looking at the elections. We're going to look at the money in the elections. We're going to look at Aisha Khan in the 2018 election. She owes me money. She didn't pay me. And she didn't file me on her tax reports. Let's see if the news reports the news or reports the truth because we're going to talk about the bail industry and mass incarceration. We're going to talk about the money in the bail industry. We're going to talk about Governor Hogan, Barbara Mikulski, and you can go straight to Kyle Gilbert. Y'all gave me this award for my community activism. Y'all gave me this award. I earned it. So welcome to the shit show. And I got some shit to show you. See that? Y'all talking about Mayor Pugh? Well, I asked for the Department of Justice to come here 10 years ago in 2009. And y'all ain't came here. But now, Johnny Oleski asked for the Department of Justice. The county executive asked for the Department of Justice to come investigate Baltimore City and Baltimore County courts, the Democratic Party and the mom machine. Governor Hogan been shielding this because I sent this to Governor Hogan. And Governor Hogan don't want to do this. This shows the public officials that are shielding the corruption and the racism. I was insured. And I want everybody to tell the truth. I'm showing the role the media plays. And I'm showing the role that your governor plays. You going after Mayor Pugh because she black. And they want to put a white mayor in there. It's a documentary. Senator Antonio Hayes. Judge Bennett. Like I said, welcome to the shit show. Movie about Governor O'Malley and Governor Hogan. It's about your mass incarceration in your prison industry. The money you have tied to the prison industry. It's the mob machine in your war on drugs. Job Opportunity Task Force. All right? It's your mob machine. And like I said, no education, no life. No education, no life. We need education, not incarceration. And I just broke you down. And I used the toilet to do it. Artwork and evidence. It was evidence to expose the corruption in your city, county, and state and federal levels. The money tied to the prison industry. ALEC, the corporation. All right, so we're going to break you down. You got Starbuds, but you sending my kids to jail because they on the corner selling weed. But you got opioids and you sent crack to jail. We're going to talk about the war on drugs. It's a war on the black community. This is Shorty's, a self-help organization for the redevelopment and re-education of the young. It is a breakdown of your corruption in your courts. Shorty is an ex-felon program. I'm an ex-felon. N62528. State of Illinois versus Duane Davis. I turned in guns and drugs to the police at the police station to end the war on drugs in 1986. Google it. See it. The real news. So what I did is broke you down right here. I showed you everybody I contacted before I got locked up. Governor O'Malley, Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake, Mayor Pugh. Now we got to talk about Jack Young because I've been talking to Jack Young about this for a long time. So Jack Young in a precarious situation. He got to tell the truth. And Jack Young got to write me a letter the same way that Oleski wrote a letter. And Hogan got to write the letter too. I live right next door to Jack Young's sister. Brandon Scott. I'm in your district. So we're going to talk about Rod Rosenstein, Richard McFeely, Doug Gansler, Brian Foss. We're going to talk about how you use your positions to shield the corruption and racism. How you use your positions to make money off of black America. Your police department. Because like I said, this is a real story and it's the real news. You said break down the corruption. I'm going to break you down in the mob machine. I'm going to show you your state, your county, your city, and your federal levels. I'm going to show you your activists and your activism. You feel me? I'm going to show you your activists and your activism. How much money did Kwame Rose get to quit being an activist? How much money does the leaders of a beautiful struggle make? I don't hear nobody talking about ending the war on drugs. But you make money off of the policies. The same way the politicians make money off the policies. You're no different than ALEC, the corporation. You got a black face carrying out a white agenda of white supremacy. So let's break you down. Get all the emails from Dr. Bundy, Frank Conway, Rod Rosenstein, Robert Harding, Ronald Davis. All right, get all the emails. Get all the legal mail. Because I asked for a federal and a state audit. We're going to count the money in the prison industry in Lake County, Illinois, Baltimore County, and Baltimore City. And we're going to go through ALEC, the corporation, like in the 13th Amendment. And I'm going to show you ties to it. Money count itself. And we're going to see who put money in Congressman Cummings' office. Y'all going after Pew and her money? Well, I'm going to show you some real dirty money. Brian Frost, Peter Francott, Al Retmer, you got to do something about it. Because that's consumer protection fraud. You feel me? Consumer protection fraud. I own Shorties. I never sold it. I never gave it away. I never did nothing with it. I still own it. And we got to go to court about it. You knowingly locked up a whistleblower. You destroyed evidence. You destroyed evidence that was exposing your corruption and racism. Sam Cunningham has an envelope in his office with this. You feel me? He has an envelope with it in it. You go to Gregg Bernstein's office. He had this. Like I say, case file. I'm good in the courtroom. Marilyn Mosby been protecting the corruption. She didn't do nothing to help them get them boys out of jail. She used them. She exploited their tragedy for her own personal gain. But we're going to talk about this because you've been knowing about this since 2014. Marilyn Mosby, Bilal, her husband Nick Mosby, Brian Frost, John Cardens, we was all in the same room. Tessa, Brian Vaith, we was all in the same room. Hassan Giordano, we was all in the same room. And I told you about the O'Malley mom machine. I told you about the criminalization of poverty. I told you how this corruption works. So Tuesday at the event, I'm going to put all these papers out. I'm going to be there and I'm going to speak about it. Last event, I told you about the war on drugs. Sheila Dixon was on the panel. Lawrence was on the panel. Y'all heard and rush my question off. You want to end the violence in Maryland? You want to end the violence in America? End the war on drugs. End the war on drugs. It's a 50-year-old war that ain't been doing nothing but killing the black community and incarcerating the black community and leaving us in a militarized zone. So if the real news tell the real truth. It's about the money, man. The art of getting money. That's my first dollar bill that I made in Maryland. My first legal dollar I made in Maryland. I'm still shorty. I'm still cooking people up. I'm still on the grill. I'm the real deal. And I light up the city. Mic check! I'm going to light you up on Tuesday night.